Welcome to another all-new episode of FR Racing's Garage Talk. I'm DJ Flook,
I am Eric Richardson.
and you know what? It's nice when teammates finish together in the standings. It's not nice when it's the last two positions in the race.
Yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say about Wednesday night's race.
I will admit, I practiced. I thought I had a pretty good idea of what I was doing, and I did this where I think I got my line. I think I got what I'm going to do down in my head. And then I come out there and realize, oh crap, these guys are like 0.3 of a second a lap faster than me. And then I try to change it on the fly, and then I'm not prepared. And then it just goes downhill from there. I just kind of panicked, and then it was ugly.
Yeah,
dead last for me.
I prefer ovals, but I think that's my fourth short track I've run with more than just me and you racing.
It's definitely an art. It's just it's almost like driving a tiny road course, and
it's all the braking and letting it ride.
I mean, I'm in a way I'm glad we switched to North Wilkesboro. I was getting nervous for those that saw the schedule. Concord was on our schedule originally, and at the season 4 iRacing update, they redid the ARCA car, redid it. And they took a bunch of configurations away. So there was no configuration for the Concord. So we tried a couple other configurations, or okay, some of them were better than others. And ultimately we took a driver vote, and Scott McCarris suggested go to North Wilkesboro. And I said, okay, so I'll put that up for a vote. And the only person to vote for staying at Concord was Eric.
Yeah, and part of it was me just being funny, just to be the one person that didn't. But I was actually looking forward to racing Concord. It said cross of Phoenix and Pocono and
it
three
really
different
is.
turns.
Yeah,
I was looking forward to it. That's gonna be a wild run.
It was gonna be wild, but I mean, I think this turned out pretty wild too. Tyler Vickery won.
Yeah, nice
race.
And
he had a good run. See here, Brian McKinney had a strong second place finish, and then Colton finished third. Colton, we'll go over and pull the replay up here in a little bit, but Colton had a moment where he lost it going into turn 1, and I was starting to make my entry into one when he started turning sideways. And I did not stream last night, so there's no audio evidence of this, but there was some profanities where I went, oh, something. And I locked up my brakes, and I'm like, oh no, I'm just going to plow right into Colton and ruin his night and ruin my night. And somehow I magically just kind of slid around him. It was like I was driving on a dirt track. Well, we'll look at that here in a little bit. It was on the Instagram account.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a nice save.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like, hey, yeah.
Especially in an ARCA car.
Yeah, I meant to do that. No, I did not mean to do that. That was just sheer dumb luck. That happened. But before we get in, take a look at some of the footage from last Wednesday night's race. Max Verstappen wins at Suzuka. There was some controversy.
Then he didn't. Then he did.
Then he did. There was some controversy where they started in fairly heavy rain. They had about an hour rain delay, ran about a 40-minute race, ran just enough laps. For those that don't know, Formula One, they have kind of they have a 3-hour clock from the time it starts, regardless of if the race is running or not for rain or weather. And then there's a 2-hour race timer. So the 2-hour race timer started, and when they got it back up and running, I think it's 3 hours from when the race is supposed to start, and then the 2 hours while the race is running, but they ended up only running about 40 minutes. And Mick Schumacher was out front for a while, or towards the front, because they had to start. They did a rolling start on the blue tires, and most of the crew ditched the blue tires and went to the greens immediately, except for Mick Schumacher, who stayed out. And you're so much slower with those blue tires, and They were hoping that it was going to start raining again and that they would pull the race over, and then he would, he'd win the race, and he just fell behind and fell to the back. Yeah, Max ended up out front and he had a huge lead. I don't know how he got such a huge lead in that short of time. And then Charles Leclerc was in second, and Sergio Perez was chasing him the whole time. And coming into the last turn, he slid off the course and across, and off the track area, back onto the course again, finished second. But then they gave him a 5-second penalty, which actually pushed him down to third, which ultimately gave Max Verstappen enough points to clinch the title. So when he finished the race, he had not won the championship. But after that 5-second penalty was issued, he won.
Yeah, it's too bad that rain has affected the last 2 races now.
That's such a weird way to win a championship. I mean,
now, all these time penalties. And
do you remember in NASCAR around 2000, what was it, 2003, 2004 or so, when Matt Kenseth won in like August or something like that? That like the last, 2.5 months of the season was just complete. It was the reason they switched to that chase format, the playoffs now. But he had clinched so stinking early that it's like, all right, we are changing the rules. But
somebody's that good, just let him win, let it go.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just auto racing, but everything else too. It seems like, oh, we just had some weird, somebody found some weird loophole, or somebody clinched too early, or somebody went undefeated. It's like, we got to change the rules now because somebody had some just screwy weird thing happen. So we got to change the rule. Very weird.
We can't have anybody be too good now.
Oh, we can't be crowning a champion that nobody cares for the last 2.5 months of the season. And so they gave us the chase. Which,
I'm still not huge on this thing.
Now, yeah.
I think actually the playoffs.
Speaking of Chase, Chase Elliott, by the way, he had a rough weekend in Charlotte.
I think everybody had a rough weekend in Charlotte.
Yeah. And speaking of Chase Briscoe squeaked into the final 8, and he got some extra help thanks to his teammate Cole Custer, who braked early going into one of the chicanes on the last lap, held up Austin Dillon, and Chase Briscoe went right past him.
He was gonna get by them anyway.
Yeah, probably. But now Cole Custer was fined like $100,000, and his crew chief, the team got fined, and for something he didn't need to do anyway.
And hey, they thought they had a tire going down and were trying to be smart.
What's hilarious too is that Hendrick successfully appealed William Byron's penalty of when he spun Denny Hamlin at Texas, which instead of him being outside looking in, it put him back comfortably up into the top 8. And then as a result, Kyle Larson ends up missing out on the top 8. So the Hendricks haters kind of thought that was pretty funny, that it's like, okay, you got Byron into the top 8, but the defending champion got bumped out, and he had some problems with his car.
Yeah, I'm not big on this whole playoffs thing. That's actually been the starting point of my less interest of NASCAR. And now with it just win and move on, I like to see the consistency.
I do have to say, I do like the fact that Christopher Bell, going into the last 10 laps, was sitting just above Alex Bowman, who dropped out because of his concussion, but he was sitting dead bottom of the remaining playoff drivers, of the active playoff drivers. He was running in second. So literally he needed to win. He comes out and wins. And now all of a sudden he goes and whoop, now he's up into the top 3 going into the round of 8. Dude, Is he in the like? I don't remember how that works exactly with going into the new rounds. Is he sitting in the top 3, or did he? Like, does it
That's, that's how little I actually pay attention to it and how much I hate it.
I don't either. I just see the real time and whatever. It is what it is, and it's
Yeah, it's still racing and watch cars go and make left turns and go really fast. So that's the exciting
hey, you know
part.
what? They make some right turns now. It's not just Sonoma and Watkins Glen anymore.
Yeah, there's many road courses.
We got Coda, we got the Roval, we got Road America, or we did have Road America. We're gonna have Chicago next year, which we've talked a lot about. Yeah, that's and then the All-Star race, North Wilkesboro.
That's gonna be fun.
Especially after this, which we'll go ahead and pull this up.
I was kind of hoping for Rockingham, but hey, North Wilkesboro, that's a classic track. They should ditch their next gens and bring back like the 87s. Let's go true old school. And you got the replay pulled up here. I mean, look at that. That's Winston Cup all over it.
Well, what's hilarious about this is the 1987 layout. And you can see over here, where's my mouse? Too many monitors. Where's my mouse? There it is. Over here where it says NASCAR Cup Series, that was very clearly a Winston Cup sign back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just, looking at this track, this is, especially in an ARCA car, it's, here's Eric coming in. And, this is after the green flag. You kind of hung back for a bit. We got a bunch of blinkers here with us.
Yeah, I was just gonna ride out the first few laps, kind of see how it goes, just get a feel of it, because I didn't get a lot of time on track.
You can see me just up ahead, and then all of a sudden everybody went single file. And then I'm like, should I make a move? Should I just hang back here? And then you can see that I just started to kind of slip away.
Yeah, I probably got too impatient as I went to the inside of you and I caught the grass, and that's what sent me around. Luckily, I held on and didn't have to pit or get meatballed.
My crew chief was messed up last night. I go almost like rolling onto the grass. But crew chief, I thought, yeah, it must be coming up here, because I thought you got pretty close to me, and I'm like, I don't think he hit me, or I didn't cut you off. And I see in my mirror you turning and kind of spinning out.
Yeah, it's going through the 3-4 turn. The hard part with this track, it's such a single line, or at least maybe it's my inexperience here. I didn't know where to pass or where to try to.
It's got to be coming up here soon when you lose it.
Yeah, I think it's lap 5 or 6. Might be this one, actually.
See,
next one.
What you're seeing on the screen share is actually about, I don't know, 10-15 seconds behind what I'm seeing on my big monitor. So I'm actually watching,
Yeah, it's gonna be coming up right here. I got to run and
yeah, this is what I thought. Oh yeah, okay.
Inside you.
Oh,
that got a little loose, caught the grass. But somehow I was able to keep it running.
Did you do you remember what damage did you get a 2x for that one?
I didn't pay attention. I was just laughing like, oh, there it goes.
I kind of scraped the wall on 2 separate occasions last night, one during the first half and then one during the second half, coming out of I think 2. I just scraped the wall coming by, and it didn't count it. I came out of there somehow with a 0. But
my goal at this point was to just try to either stay on the lead lap or catch back up and end up in a lucky dog.
So, and then my antivirus decides to make a visit. But yeah, I mean, your times are fairly close to what I was doing. And then in the second half, I don't know what happened to me, but I want to come up here and show you. And so it was lap 50, I think, going into 56. Yeah, so I'm going to back this up a bit. All right. So watch the 40 of Colton Gardner right here. He comes out. Oh, did he get bumped? And then
Fast and Furious time.
Yeah, it was just like Tokyo Drift. Let's go back. I want to look at this from Colton's perspective.
Yeah, I was just happy to get through that track and move on. Oh yeah.
Oh, he got turned. Yeah.
Code.
Eric got him. Yeah, I didn't. Wow. And then here I come just sliding right by. I was like, oh. Yeah, I was complimented by multiple people. Like, that was a great move to avoid him. I'm like, that was sheer dumb luck, guys. Yeah, it gets bumped. And then there I go, and I just slide right by, and away I go.
It's probably a good thing we only had 8 of us on track last night. Unfortunately, we didn't have our full crew.
Yeah, so let's see here. Justin Neves updated, and now his game won't load. I told him, go check your graphics drivers, so hopefully he can get that back up and doesn't.
Yeah, we've seen that issue a couple times. So if you're listening and having issues, check your graphics updates and drivers.
So that, and then let's see, Justin Wexberg was out of town. My brother was taking a exam for grad school. Mark Vickers' kid was sick and had, he was taking care of his kids, so he couldn't make it.
Feel better.
Yeah. It's just, there's been a lot of people getting sick lately. Ugh. But anyway, yeah, let's, just want to take a look at one of Tyler's laps, because he just had him and Hunter were going at it back and forth. Kendall commented after the restart, watch Hunter on the restart. And Kendall was like, oh, is he going to get black flag for this? Watch this. Watch his restart. So Hunter he's starting first on the restart. So here he is in the 18 in the purple car here. And look, boom, off he goes. He just took off. No restart zone, and he didn't get flagged for it. So okay. I guess
pace car was off.
Pace car was off. He doesn't seem to be a problem. Yeah, he had a big jump, but Tyler reeled him in pretty quickly. And I think there was actually an accident. Let's see. Hunter lap.
Maybe they're at 67.
Yep, that's probably where it is. Oh, there it is. Let's see what happened. Oh, did you just get loose coming out of 4?
Yeah, loose off of 4. That was a heads up that we did get from Kendall.
Yeah, Kendall said, yeah, 4 is
off turns, especially 4.
Yeah, he just got loose off of 4 and boom. Oh,
yeah, I saw that.
Oh man.
Yeah, I saw it right here, and I think you're gonna see me actually come around. Yep.
Yeah, there you are. Yeah, and I was just thinking when I just saw that a second ago, Ryan must have not gotten hit because he finished second. He stayed on the lead lap, so he must have avoided that. And sure enough, he did. Wow, that was a close one. Woo, tough night for the group. But yeah, we do our road course, we do our short track. A lot of us are still beginner to intermediate levels, so I mean it's flawed racing for sure. But hey, we got a good group of guys out here, and we enjoy what we do. Oh yeah, let's go.
We got Michigan coming up next week.
Michigan.
Get back into more of a speedway type track.
Yeah, so Kendall was saying on the broadcast that Tyler's coming up on the lap traffic, and Kendall's like, you just tuck yourself right back in there. There's no need to go mix yourself in with that group. And then look, here's Colton. Colton finished 3rd in this race, and he almost got lapped on the last lap. But yeah, he took it easy coming out. The question is how easy. Not too bad. Yeah, you can see he was kind of slowing down a little bit, probably on purpose. Just don't get yourself mixed up and ruin your race getting involved with the lap traffic.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
trying to run my race, but also kind of move up the track a little bit for the lead cars.
So my question for you is, did you make any changes? Like, did you modify like brake bias or anything like that?
Uh, brake bias, no. I was playing with it in the limited testing I had. I just didn't like it, just not enough time. I think my steering ratio, I did move to like 12 or 10 to 1. Instead of
I
the 14
I
to 1. I think that's big.
I've been playing around with steering ratios, and I keep getting, oh, change it to like 12 to 1, change it to 14 to 1 from people, and then I'm just like, just feels so weird when you're staying with one and then you just switch it to another. But I
Yeah,
mean
once when you
that's
get some
just,
laps, there's a different feel to it.
yeah, there's just some development stuff going on, and that's how you're gonna learn. So it's, yeah, I was pretty awful, and happens. So on that note, I think we're gonna close it up for the night here. Yeah, so Michigan next week. I think I'll be there, but I have a late meeting on Wednesday that I actually have to leave the house for, which does not happen very often anymore, but I should be back in time. Hope so. Otherwise, I might miss my first race all season. Or all year, not all season, all year.
I think I've missed one.
You missed one because you had rescheduled hockey tickets.
Oh, I missed two then.
What was the other one you missed?
Birth of my son.
Oh, duh.
And hockey
Yeah,
tickets was the
yeah,
other
right,
one.
right. I'm like,
I
duh.
missed two.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you're texting me to like you were prepping, and I told Kendall, I said, if Eric randomly, it was the Phoenix truck race, it was the season
Yep.
finale. And I said to Kendall, I go, just FYI, I said, if Eric randomly disappears mid-race, it's because his wife went into labor. So like 2 hours before you text me, he's like, not gonna be there tonight. I'm like, good luck.
Yeah, 7 o'clock. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna race. Like, what, 8:30? It's like,
Nope,
I'm not gonna race.
I'm not gonna race. Not gonna race. Minor details there. So
I asked if I could still race and just come over to the hospital later, but kind of got yelled at for that one.
you know what? It
I did.
always I was about to say, I think the guy always, like, you can't have a childbirth without the guy saying something stupid at some point during the labor or pre-labor process.
Oh, I didn't even need that. I'd say something stupid probably every day.
Well, me too, but
You gotta have fun though.
the thing though is, I'm not airing my dirty laundry here, but the thing I was accused of saying, I'm pretty confident. I mean, maybe I was delirious because it was the middle of the night, and maybe I said it and I have no memory of saying this, but I was accused of saying something which I won't repeat it here. I mean, it's not horrible. Like, you know, if you heard me say that, like, you'd say, wow, you're an a-hole, dude, for saying that to your wife. But I'm not repeating it. It wasn't a horrible thing. It's just allegedly, which I still to this day will deny, and will deny for the rest of my life, that I did not say this. But yeah, and I get yelled at and reminded of something I may or may not have said, which is not fair, but that's marriage for you.
Now, while in the hospital, I was watching the race on my phone.
Push. Yeah, good job.
Yeah, I did watch. I think I might have been trying to chat too. It was kind of difficult on the phone and talking to hospital staff.
How's it going? All right, well, I'm gonna go watch the end of this race. I'll see you in about 20 minutes. Can you hold the berth for another 20 minutes, please? We're almost down to the last few.
Yeah, I probably caught 2/3 of that race.
Oh, I wouldn't, if I would not be saying this if I knew my wife was ever going to listen to this episode or see this, but I'll get in trouble.
This will be the first time.
Yeah, I'll get in trouble for this someday because somebody's gonna say something. But you know what? I'm gonna get in trouble every day for something I say or do or don't do or breathe or don't breathe. On that note, thanks for watching.
Yeah, come join us out on track. We have fun. Like to chat.
Yeah, the Amazon had their sale this week, and they had some decent deals on the G920s and G29s. Great time to fire up that old gaming PC and come race with us. We'll
Yeah,
take you.
check out Extreme Sim Rigs and set it up on a little stand and have some fun.
Yeah, I'm starting to make plans for mine. I know where I want to put it. The problem is I have a full bookshelf in its spot right now that if I take that out, I don't know where the bookshelf would go. So that's something I'll have to figure out. Until then, frracingonline.com, at frracingonline on all social media, streaming channels. See you next time.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon.